Let's do a quick reset on social media right now, guys. Should be good right now, right? All right, test 1 2 1 2 for all of us on social media. Let me see if you guys can hear me. I think it should be good on social media. All right, so if anything, Bonnie says I think it's okay. No, all right, so we should be good. Good now? Perfect. All right, very nice. Sorry about that, guys. I think it was like a quick reset on like the internet or something, but that's why I'm happy I got out of ADT, if anything. So yeah, right now, guys, we'll put the Marrow, we'll put the Riot stocks back on our list. They're still kind of holding support. It wouldn't surprise me though if they end up, just kind of weakening into the close. Very heavily traded. But for right now, they'll make the cut. All right, guys, what we'll do, I guess with the reset in mind, I don't want to waste too much more time. So what we'll do is just go right from top to bottom. Any of the others, if anything, that we ended up doing well on, I'll recap them, of course, pretty quickly. I will say DTSS, low float pump and dump. So, what ADT looked like here, it looked pretty similar, but at least ADT was shortable, and this is moving back up pretty nicely right now. The DTSS, this was a total bust, ended up dumping off as soon as the market opened up, and then from there just flattened out. So that's what we try and avoid. The MOXC was just called out going into the early afternoon. I told you guys kind of same thing. Watch out for the dump back down on that one. Saw a nice run on PBI. I didn't trade this one earlier today, but it was a nice call out at the time from one of our students over 4. We were pretty early to the punch on this trade going into the late morning. You don't really expect that at the time, right? So, when this was moving up over 4, we weren't necessarily saying it was going to make a run up towards 550 high, but, with the big squeeze up going into the early afternoon, it's hard to just not get out of. So, if anything, we ended up taking this on the way up towards 5, took profits, ended up re-entering on the next sheet back up. The stock also, like ADT, is shortable. If it craps out the other way, it's pretty heavily traded. So if this ends up reversing, I'd say this one could be a pretty good one to watch, PBI. All right, so let's see, guys. CBay, we had this on our watch list as well. I was thinking about trading this one going into the open. Obviously, my attention went elsewhere. Ended up seeing this one dump off shortly after the market opened up, bounced off 4, moved up $1. And yeah, right now it's just kind of flat, not doing a whole lot. It is shortable and is tradable. I just think it's pretty heavily traded, not doing too much. Definitely good to keep on your list, like for tomorrow, Wednesday. We ended up following this stock, not just from this past week, going back into, I think it was May, right? May 12th. Maybe this was the last time they reported earnings, but we ended up seeing just, if not earnings, off of other news, a huge pop. It was shortable at the time back then, continued to dump off. It was a really great trade, at the time. So, all right, we'll keep it moving. SD, nice steady squeeze up here so far at the highs. 1.4 million shares traded across the day. Also shortable if it ends up crapping out. Man, you got a lot of shortable stocks today on TradeStation. I mean, it's not to say they're bad, but when it comes to shorting stocks, but just for a lot of these on the percent gainers list so far, it's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, SD, Sandridge Energy, I don't know what the news is. Don't really care. Moving up pretty nicely for right now. Seems like a pretty good level one stock. So yeah, that ADT trade moved up towards 1450. So I left some money on the table. I want to go back to that right now for you guys, actually, really fast, because look what just happened. Moved up to 1450, 50-cent level, spiked right back down under it, and then broke under 1430. Just spiked and held under that right now. So this might be on its way back down here, the ADT. We had here from, I thought I saw a call out on YouTube on this COHN trade. This is also really low float. This has been like a super pump and dump back when like Carve and the U1 stock was running for us. Yeah, this one's not doing it. JMIA, on the other hand, though, this thing has just been a machine the last week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe even more. It's crazy. I mean, going back into early July, I think there's only been like a small handful of down days, and even on those days, it gapped up or ran up higher the following morning. So, yeah, this JMIA trade, maybe if we have time, we'll cover this in our Traders Talk workshop tomorrow. But as you can see, ended up diving off after the market opened up, very quickly recovered, moved back up to break above 16, and ran from there. So, yeah, this one's holding pretty strong going into the afternoon, holding strong near the highs at least. Don't really care if this is hard to borrow or not. I mean, we're focused on the run up here going into the afternoon. All right, what else do we have here? EC not doing it. This AVGR is a cheap. Yeah, I didn't really intend on clicking on this one. It's a nice move. Maybe I'll come back to this. You know, for any of our traders that like to follow the cheaper stocks like this, load up on a few thousand shares. You know, hey, put this on your watch list at least right away. OCX pump and dump back down. That is kind of recent volume here. I wouldn't mind adding this as well. Maybe I'll keep this on the side. The GNUS trade, nice sneaky run up here. Wasn't on our morning watch list, but shortly after the open, Fausto called this one out pretty early on, right off of 155. Once it was beginning to push back up off 150, ran up to 2. Nikola Warren. So I'm going to jump right to Nikola then. I thought that was just the regular one. Yeah, pushing up pretty nicely here. I was going to get to, I'm sure, on the gainer side, but yeah, NKLA. Head right back to our list. Bonnie called this out going earlier. Called this one out earlier, going into the market open, at least, or shortly after, I should say. It was already squeezing up at the time. So, you know, right when it was breaking higher, fantastic call out. Ended up holding support right from there and moved up. All right. I saw a call out just before in the trading room on Plug. Yeah, I mean, this thing's been a machine all day as well. So, you know, Plug, I ended up calling this out, not to say right after the market opened up. It was really active in the pre-market. So, you know, this was on my list going into the open. It wasn't one of my main 3 that I was, you know, really jumping into, but, you know, it ended up beginning to push above its opening bell print. I think that was right around 817. At the time that I caught it, it was at like 826. And when I say caught, I meant like turned over to it. I didn't want to chase it, so I left it be. Man, huge regret. Obviously, easy to say that now. Pushing up beautifully right now. So, you know, for right now, definitely we'll put this back on our list. Plug. All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what, maybe go through 1 or 2 more here on the gainer side. I wanted to jump to the CODX. I skipped over WKHS as well. Yeah, CODX is right near the highs back from May here too. 29.72 is the high back from May 14th. 29.53, double top essentially right here today. So, you know, it's hard to not put this back on our list. Code Diagnostic, probably the same thing with WKHS. A lot of stocks that were on our side list, still on our side list, so to say, you know, back on our main list going into the afternoon. Where's WKHS? Uh-oh. Riot and Mara, guys, both dumping off. I may have to just drop those from our list. They're like tanking both of them right now. Yeah, I'll tell you, Michael, if you can get the shares to short those trades, that might be the better, you know, play there, the better option. WKHS, yeah, definitely. We're just going to put this back on our list. Resistance likely off of 19. Probably just broke above resistance 1850 here, if anything. So that's the next one ahead. Yeah. Some prints here too, 1851. Some buying coming in directly over the level. Someone scaled in. So let's see if 1850 could hold here as a support and for this to move back up. Oh, there's Nikola, number 48 on the list. XSPA, XSPA, kind of tongue twister stock here. It's pushing back up pretty nicely. Again, another one that ended up breaking out shortly after the market opened up. You know, wasn't on our main list just yet, but, you know, caught this pretty early on our scanners early on. Broke above 4, broke above 425, continued to run from there, held 420 as support. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind just putting this back on our list here, too. Guys, we got a big list here so far. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, maybe -2 if we take the blockchain stocks off. But we'll hop over to the losers list right now, see if there's anything good over there. And then I'll tell you, going into the aftermarket today, I'll tell you guys about some earnings coming up before we part ways. Oh, man, what happened to ALRM? I don't know if is this news in relation to ADT. I don't know what ALRM does. Alarm.com, assuming maybe in relation. I don't know. Francisco says yes. Kind of makes sense. ADT up, this down. Fair play. Either way, going into the afternoon, just kind of flat and pretty expensive. Maybe good to keep on your side list as well going into this week, though, too. I mean, 58 resistance holding pretty nicely in that channel. Kind of building a pennant here. I mean, I'm not really going to focus on this today, at least. Maybe, tomorrow or rest of the week. QFIN tight spread, cheaper near the lows, also shortable and also potential to squeeze back up. Shorts covering. Yeah, all right, for right now. This will make our list here too, QFIN. Tupperware, gainers list last week, losers list here today, at least for right now. I didn't see this. Dropped, this thing got crushed. 1525-ish all the way down to 1250. Holy smokes. Guys, let me ask here in the trading room, anybody catch this? I didn't see this called out at all today. I know this is on the side list for a few of us. I had to step out at least earlier going into the afternoon. Maybe it was called out then. Did anybody catch this TUP trade? I mean, don't get me wrong. Our attention rightfully was elsewhere. So, we were on that ADT, we were on the Mara and Riot, killing it, and a few others as well, but just wanted to check in. All right, for right now, I mean, yeah, it just seems pretty flat. Very tradable still, though. 5.4 million shares traded today, down big, shortable, tight spreads. So if we don't really find much else, I wouldn't mind just tagging this on at the end. What is this? Biotech ETF LABD? Bearish. Market's moving up pretty nicely. All right, let's see. Nothing really else. No other familiar names on the losers list otherwise here. Maybe KOS. Nah. Cliff says, Space at the high of the day, room to run. Yeah, so I wanted to get to some earnings after the bell here today, guys. Space is actually reporting after the close. So perhaps beneficiary of the markets moving up here today, but also after the bell, Space reporting earnings. So yeah, really good call, Cliff. You normally don't see a stock like running as well as this, heading directly into an earnings call. So yeah, Space definitely. All right, from YouTube here, we got Kodak at the lows. Think it could bounce. Not really too particular. Some point, I don't know if it's gonna be today. That's the thing. I mean, to see this stock go to like $60 and come all the way back down, it's due. You'd figure it's due for a bounce at some point. But if you say that now and it keeps dropping down to 5, what's going to happen? So I'm definitely interested in that idea. One of our members on YouTube was asking about that. So, for right now, I'm not going to put this on our main list. We already have a really good big list going into the afternoon. So, if anything, if it's not today, hopefully we'll be able to catch it early tomorrow. Again, I do like the concept of a squeeze back up on this one. Maybe it'll drop down at 10 first. If I'm not mistaken, not directly at 10, 963-ish roughly was the opening price. You probably have the opening bell print around there. It wouldn't surprise me to see it bounce from there and run back up. How about that ADT short? Right back down, guys. So we'll keep this on our list. I mean, it's shortable, at least for those on TradeStation, hopefully for anybody. But yeah, definitely pulling back down right under that 1430. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you, I did well enough here today. So hopefully, a few of you guys were able to catch that in the process. For right now, I guess I'll keep the Bitcoin stocks on, Mara and Riot. If there's anything else here, guys, just up or down 10%, let me know. Tom M says watching NLS. Up more than 10%, also shortable. I don't know if I skipped over this or maybe it just wasn't up enough on like the gainer side. Yeah, that's why. I mean, hey, pretty interesting. Just right now, I think the volume traded per minute is kind of patchy, trading about 2,500 shares per minute. Some volume came in, of course, off that breakout. It is holding near the highs. Let's check out the daily chart here, Tom. Let's see where this is like in relation historically. Moving back up pretty nicely over the last few months. I'll tell you that much. Kind of seems like it's about to bump its head around 12-ish, which could be historical resistance. 12-ish, 1210-ish here back from March 30th or so. Just this consolidation, you figure 12 is a whole number. That was the high of the day today. So, I feel like the run might be done on this trade, Tom. For right now, I'll pass, but definitely good to keep in mind for this week here too. And then COCP here, last one I got here from YouTube, I think. No, maybe one or two more perhaps. COCP, nice pop, up 16%. So I guess I don't know if I skipped over this here as well, but yeah, I mean, good call. For right now, it's hard to not put this on our list. I don't know what the news is. I'll do a quick search though. Let me hop over to Benzinga Pro. Up 17% following trader circulation of American Association of blah, 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 blah. All right. So I'm just going to copy and paste the news here, guys, in the chat boards, social media, Facebook, YouTube. Potential COVID-19 treatment. All right. Well, we like it. So good call. And then lastly here, Grin. Let's see. Kind of light on the volume side. That's my only issue. Trading more volume than it does on average, but on average, it trades like super light shares. Is this a shipping stock? Oh no, we might have, are the shipping stocks back in play? Tops, TOPS, just right away I'll check in on ship. At least for all of us here inside the trading room, we have a long-standing history with the shipping sector. This ship looks pretty good. No pun intended. Ship, I said, not the other one. Yeah, for right now, SHIP ship, we're going to put on the list. Reminds me of a funny story back when I was in like first or second grade. The teacher thought I said the four-letter word. I actually said like the boat ship. I got in trouble for that. Yeah, the stock, needless to be said, moving up pretty nicely. This one I like a lot more, if anything. So I appreciate the idea on that trade from Sean on YouTube. Grin. I'm not going to put Grin on. I think it's too low float, too low volume, but this one, I don't mind. All right, here, guys. I think that we're good to go. We have a damn big list going into the afternoon now at this point, so no shortage of stocks at all. All right. So for all of us streaming across Facebook and YouTube, if you guys would like to learn more about CTU, Cyber Trading University, just make sure that you guys call the phone number down below in the banner, and one of our reps will pick up, just provide more detail. Aside from that, for all of us here inside the trading room, hey guys, we have a really exciting close heading into the afternoon. At least it seems that way. So just try and pick one or two, pick a couple if anything, and just line up your levels and just be patient. Be patient with your setup, but quick with your execution. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys coming up. Take care.